backup is better than how many starters in the Big Ten right now.
Are you going to drink your own piss again? Why? Because I mean, you're already 9 beers in.
The size and scope of the horseshoe, you truly feel tiny.
Bye. Boy, bye.
Yeah, go ahead, Unabomber. What the fuck you was saying about the SEC, bro?
I'd rather watch softcore porn than have to watch y'all
Bro, who invited this dude, bro? What the fuck? Get this dude out of here, bro.
You guys can't coach, to be honest with you. It's just a high school coach.
Well, this is smacking off. If you don't like it, change your diaper and leave.
Don't be ridiculous right now, okay?
Meatloaf is moist as my pussy gets. I promise you that.
I'm against the Golden Shower.
They need you back at the cash register in 5 minutes.
I also can prophesize the future. And I also can see subliminal messaging.
No, that's how you make opium. And then from there, you got to process.
Alcoholic, tree-hugging, hippie liberal. Speaking of that.
Oh,
you've gone off the podcast.
That's awful sweet, but you know, not enough smoke.
Coming
not
down
enough
in
firepower behind that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with Doug Phillips, my co-host and producer. And we are back with another enthralling edition. There were some football yesterday, was there not? Mack Truck is online. Mack Truck, what's going on, homie?
What's up, Smacking Off? How y'all doing?
Mackenzie, it was always wonderful to have you on this show. And you have you definitely got a little bit of chest beating to do yourself.
Has anybody taken time today to look at the AP Top 25, or more particularly, the AP Top 4?
Have not scoped it yet. I've been busy this afternoon.
Well, let me just slide in here real quick, fellas. I'll just give you the first, the top 4. It's going to be them Crimson Tides from the Alabama over there in Tuscaloosa.
Well done.
The Mutts over there in Athens, Georgia. Them motherfucking Golden Birds from Iowa. That's my squad.
Number 3 in the nation.
Them motherfuckers from Penn State. Them Nittany Lions rounding up the top 4. Now, this is what I find interesting, okay, fellas. Y'all know me. I'm a realist, okay? I do my best to keep it real 100% of the time when it comes to this sport of football. Now, with that being said, I'm kind of surprised that Iowa jumped Penn State for the 3rd spot, not going to lie. When I saw that, I was like, how did that even happen? So, this is how it happened. In order for Penn State to have moved up into that 3rd spot, they would have had to equally cover what Iowa matched Indiana. When we played Indiana was ranked number 17. Iowa was 18. That was the preseason ranking. Penn State was like 14 or something. They were top 15. Iowa and Indiana were top. They were top 20. So long story short, Iowa skull fucked the living shit out of Indiana. It was like 34-6, 34-3.
I mean, but how sad is that if you're any kind of Hoosier fan to be used as a gauge as to whether one team is better than the other? I mean, that's such an Auburn look.
You got to use something.
True.
You do have to use something.
You do. You're right. Doug's right.
And we're not using your dick again, Shannon.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not measuring this against your dick.
No.
Yeah, probably don't do that. That's probably not a thing. So Iowa plays closet dwellers, as I like to call them, in Kinnick Stadium this coming Saturday, October 9th, at Kinnick Stadium, 3 o'clock Central Time. I am going to do my best to be at that game. And if for some great reason I don't get to make that game, trust me, I will be all over Facebook. That is a thing.
Well, if you do make the game, make sure you go in group and post a picture from there.
I tried to do that the last time when I went to the Iowa State game, and I couldn't do it. It was so loud and my phone died. It was a ball of a mess. It was a good time though. But
you were drunk, weren't you? Don't lie.
It's been a good time for at least 5 years.
You got too drunk and too excited. You were like, "Yeah, fuck those guys." I
was just like, I was a little, I had a little bit to drink, but you know me, I got.
So you were worried about whether the shots were going to come out any good or not. Well,
yeah,
that's at least that. Hey, that's professionalism, but I enjoy that.
So I'm gonna tell you all this though. I'm taking Iowa by 6, and that's it.
Iowa by 6.
That's it.
So that's going to be a nail biter. If Penn State's got the ball and Iowa's got the lead by 6, you're going to be like saying, God damn it. Them motherfuckers going to drive the field and score and kick the extra point and beat our ass.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. That's how tight it's going to be. So here's the thing is I took Iowa by 3 against Maryland, and y'all see what happened in Maryland.
Yeah.
If you didn't, here's the lowdown. Talia Tagovailoa, baby 2.0, threw 5 picks, and their backup threw a pick.
5.
We found out
through 5 interceptions.
We found out firsthand. The Alabama fans found out.
He had like 150 yards or something like that. That was a god awful performance.
But we did find out why Nick Saban did not try to convince him not to transfer.
Doug, let's be fair. We saw that coming up when he was in the high school. The high schools here in Alabama. He would get to get him to I think they played for Thompson down in Pelham, and he would get him to the championship game. And then once he got to the big game, he would always club the big game. There would always be interceptions, a lot of wild inconsistencies. Just a lot of what we saw in that game yesterday.
And Iowa don't play on defense. They do not fuck around.
No, they do not.
That is a tight defensive unit. Just watching them.
They did not.
And watching them, and it reminds me of throwback like Gene Stallings. I'm a Bama fan, so I have to gauge everything by Alabama. But the 90s, when Gene Stallings was at Alabama, and you couldn't do anything on Alabama's defense. Alabama's offense sucked. But their defense. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell y'all this. Iowa's defense with Phil Parker as our defensive coordinator for the past seems like 2.5 centuries, has literally been top 10, top 5 the past 5, 6, 7 seasons. And the last time I checked, Iowa's defense was number 3 in the country, preceding Georgia at number 1, and I think Michigan was number 2 when I last looked. I can't remember if those were preseason polls, but Iowa has a crazy stat. Okay, listen to this stat, y'all. So for the past, I think 12 games now, so including the games that we've played last season up to now, Iowa has gone almost 13 games without allowing 25 points or more on defense.
Which is amazing in this day and age.
Exactly, because it's such a pass-heavy defense, or it's a pass-heavy offense is 99. Well, it's about 75% of teams that you're going to find going to be pass-heavy. The thing that makes Iowa different is the run-heavy game, because you throw a running back in there, you throw a fullback in there, back-to-back, fresh legs, it hurts the defense. And as soon as they get tired or take one breath, you throw that motherfucking ball over the top and hit for the touchdown.
Back in the day,
can we talk about one thing real quick? Is looking right outside of the top 4 here. There's a team that I've never seen in this position before. I think probably in the whole entire history of their program.
Cincinnati.
That is just incredible to me, and that the Power 6 conversation stays alive.
Well,
so let me throw something else at you. What people don't realize is, okay, so last week going into this week's games, we had Bama at 1, Georgia at 2, Oregon at 3, Penn State at 4, Iowa at 5. That was your top 5 going into last week's game. Oregon shit the bed and got exposed like a motherfucker by Stanford, who is unranked. Now, I haven't even looked at the entire top 25, but I feel like they need to be in the top 25 just based off of that win. Baylor loses, they're either dropped or out.
Baylor has dropped out of the top 25. I'm going to tell you the most shocking name of all. If you'd have told me that this was going to happen at the beginning of the season, I would have laughed my ass off and bet a crisp $100 bill against this happening. Clemson is no longer in the top 25. How many weeks has it been since Clemson dropped out of the top 25?
That was early in Dabo's career.
Dude, that's been a
and
hot
Dabo's been there
minute.
for what, 10, 12 years?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
just a little over a century.
Now, bear in mind, they're right outside. They're on that others receiving votes. They're at the top there with 96
They're probably like
votes.
they're probably like 26, 27 right there.
We're there 26.
Well, that gives the Clemson fans that's something to brag about. They can say they're the best.
One step right in front of Texas A&M.
They can say they're the best unranked team in America.
Mike Leach has got to be one of the happiest guys on the face of God's green earth today.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he's had some stress down there too, man. He needed that win. He needed that win for some kind of semblance of getting something together for that program.
I get a lot of pushback on this, but Jimbo's not going to make it at the level of his salary right now. He's not going to make
unranked, Doug. They're unranked. They're out of the top 25.
And you're talking about a team. They were basically saying that Texas A&M, along with Alabama, are going to separate themselves from the pack as far as in the West. You're talking about a team that has not played Alabama yet, and they are 0-2 in the West.
And meanwhile,
and we see that Arkansas wasn't really as good as everybody thought they were. Now, I'm not to take anything away from Georgia. Georgia's definitely good, but Arkansas wasn't good enough to go over there and compete with them.
Oh, Georgia.
Well, so let me.
Whoa. Back up. What is this? Georgia's good. Georgia is phenomenal right now.
What were you saying, Mack?
It is so strange to see the SEC just completely locked down this year. There were all of the drama that was in the SEC, particularly in the West, ended yesterday.
Matt?
Well, so and I'm not even gonna lie. I hate Georgia. I hate their fans. I hate their fucking team. I don't like Alabama. You guys are fucking annoying as well. In fact, most Iowa fans piss me off. But shut your mouth, Shannon. Didn't nobody ask for a roll tide? Damn it.
Yeah, roll tide these nuts. How about that?
Is it? Nope. Look, I would steal your manhood. You don't want these problems.
You wouldn't have to steal it.
I will.
Steal it means you're taking it without permission. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would either steal it or I would make you give it to me. Look, point being is you're right. All the drama over there in your SEC, all the drama over there in this SEC West has been settled as of yesterday. Me, I'm sitting over here pretty, Big Ten West, top of it, 5-0, 2-0 in the conference. And this is the other thing that irritates me about SEC fans, like, and delusional SEC fans, is like, oh, Iowa's overrated. They haven't played anybody ranked. Y'all dumbasses are incorrect. When we played Indiana, they were 17 and we were 18.
I don't know. Y'all got that game next week. Penn State's kind of ranked.
Well, hold on. I ain't done yet, though. When we played Iowa State, they were 9. And we were 16 when we played them. So that's 2 ranked opponents beat back-to-back. Like I said, we've gone 5 straight, granted. Okay? We struggled a little bit against
we can play some of that smack shit and ask you where Iowa State is in the top 25 right now.
To be honest, I don't even know. I was focused on top 5.
I would strongly bet outside of the top 25. But no. Look, I'm not taking anything away from that. Iowa's was extremely dominant yesterday, and they tore that ass up as well. They should.
Here's the thing for me, and I'm like I said, I'm a realist. I play this fucking sport. I have more knowledge than most dudes wrapped up in a Christmas box on Thanksgiving morning in July. Okay. Point being is that Iowa has to stay consistent. That's always been Iowa's problem. Is Iowa will get off to a hot ass start, i.e., right now. Okay. Hot ass start, and then we'll shit the bed on games that we don't need to, which gives us an 8-4 record. 7-5, we get some decent bowl game and then beat the crap out of a bowl game and then turn around and do it again next year. But for whatever reason, right this 2021, October 3rd, mind you, on a Sunday evening, after having beat the crap out of Maryland, I think this year's going to change that. I don't know why. And normally I don't feel like this ever in my life, but I really feel like it's going to change. To be honest, the true test was the first test was supposed to be Friday night when we played them Turtles over there in Maryland. Clearly, that wasn't the case. Iowa State was also supposed to be a test. Clearly, wasn't a thing. Really hoping Penn State gives us a better game than Maryland did. And I'm going to tell you this, I took Iowa by 3 for the Maryland game. Clearly, they have disproven me yet again, which is good. The more you keep disproving me, the happier I become and the more shit I can talk, and nobody can fucking say anything to me. Like I said, I'm gonna take I'm going to take Iowa by 6 just because of home point advantage and because of the fact that, for whatever reason, my quarterback is super hot right now, and I can't seem to put my finger on it. But nobody can seem to stop Tyler Goodson. Tyler Goodson is one of the best running backs in college football right now.
You want us to give a message? You want us to give a message to Chris Scully for you? He's a Nittany Lion fan.
Oh yeah, I don't like him. He irritates the taste out of my mouth, and I don't like it. So here's the deal, Scully. I'm gonna need you to bring your ass on Smacking Off next week, whether you win or whether you lose, because we gonna hash this out. We're gonna hash this out, okay? We've been trying to do this for years, and you've been ducking me. It's fine. That's what you do. You're good at ducking and dodging. But next week we're gonna have a real conversation, and then you're gonna see what I've been trying to tell you for the past couple of years. It's fine. So, Chris Scully, bring your ass to Smacking Off on Sunday.
You heard it, Chris.
And he's definitely going to, because
well, he don't have a choice.
I think he's always gay.
He does it.
I mean, game. Yeah, I said game. I didn't say gay.
Did y'all see any other games that were interesting?
I mean, other than
as far as the ones that happened or the ones coming up?
No, the ones coming up are definitely interesting, but no, the ones that just got played.
I don't know. I mean,
those Ducks got cooked.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a few slight upsets. I mean, the really big thing for me yesterday was just the absolute complete with Arkansas, this meteoric rise. I mean, I would have figured something better than 0 points.
I think you can blame a little
up 37.
We can blame a lot of this on Texas A&M. Texas A&M made Arkansas look like a top 10 team, and I don't think they quite are. That they may not be far.
No.
They may not be far away, but they wasn't number 8.
No, well, we saw what happened with A&M yesterday. I mean, the West has a much clearer is in clearer focus now.
I mean, if you're ready to separate,
really is.
If you're ready to separate yourself from the pack and be up there with Alabama in the West, you got to beat Mississippi State at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially this Mississippi State thing, which is still a development phase.
Yep.
Look, man. There was the major story for me right now is the fact that Auburn is still somehow hanging on. Even it seems like just 72 hours ago, people were wringing their hands saying that Harsin was pretty much already on his way out.
I don't know. Fuck you, Walter Bryant.
And that's a big win for their program.
And
I really feel. I feel like that was the coach for your job, Bo.
They're on top of the world right now because Auburn, I don't know if you know this, Mac, but Auburn had not beaten LSU in Baton Rouge since 1999.
I thought it was 97. Yeah, I heard that was a crazy stat line. That was a crazy. Well, in fact, let's unfold that game, at least one section of this game for about 30 seconds. That's all I'm going to give this attention to. Bo Nix, who, for whatever reason, I don't know if he just had good eyes. I don't know if he had a good ass angle, but I know y'all know what pass I'm about to talk about. The fucking play action pass where he rolled out to the left and damn near got sacked on the sideline. That fool throws this damn ball and hits his tight end in the end zone for I think it was like 35 yards or some shit.
It was beautiful.
And that ball was perfectly thrown. I don't know where it came from. That shit looked like Patrick Mahomes. I was like, okay. I said, okay, Bo Nix.
That's the Bo Nix right there that everybody's been Patrick.
He's not a drop back passer. He can't drop back and stay in the pocket and do this. He has to improvise. When he's improvising,
that's the quarterback that all the Auburn fans have been hinting about this whole entire time. We saw that Bo Nix at the spring game, or we saw him in practice this one day, and the rest of us have been like, man, what the hell are y'all talking about? Maybe there is that Bo Nix deep down inside of him. Auburn just fired their wide receivers coach right before the time.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. It kind of is the same concept as the Notre Dame Cincinnati game yesterday. Okay, for whatever reason, again, they took out Jack Cohen. I don't know if he's still hurt. I don't know, if he's just not fitting the bill now. But Cincinnati came to play, to be honest. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if Notre Dame fans want to talk shit, want to get mad at me, block me, boot me, whatever.
Sean
Y'all
DeVos.
y'all motherfuckers came into that game thinking y'all had that shit won because it's Cincinnati, and nobody's really paying attention to Cincinnati until today.
Oh, everybody's paying attention to Cincinnati right now. That's exactly.
Until today. They're number 6, right? They're number 6. Yeah, until today. So Notre Dame, if they think that they're going to try to get a playoff spot.
No. Cincinnati's number 5. Cincinnati's number 5.
Okay.
Timothy Bailey's Oklahoma Sooners are number 6, probably because they almost lost again to Kansas State and was able to actually finally pull out the win this.
Every Power 5 team they played, it's been close. Go ahead, Mack.
Well, and that's the thing is that's why Oklahoma is like. And I told Oklahoma fans, I said there will be a day when Iowa jumps y'all. And it's been for the past 2 weeks, so I don't want to hear shit come out of nobody's fucking mouth that Bruce Boomer Sooner. I don't want to hear shit. Period.
Do you hate Oklahoma, or do you? It seems like sometimes you almost pull for them. I'm talking about you.
I do pull for them when they play consistently. They're not playing consistently. I barely want to pull for my own team because I'm afraid if I keep getting excited, they're gonna let me down. I don't have time for that.
I got you.
I don't have the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fan base. Like they just so hyped for whatever reason. I'm like, y'all haven't done shit. Like y'all really think Spencer Rattler is y'all calling card? Like y'all better get your defense together first.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who thinks Spencer Rattler's their calling card, and that's Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just fucking.
Hey, the kid's got moxie. I like it. They always seem to have smart ass quarterbacks over there.
Well, I mean, you can and I'm not taking anything away from Oklahoma. I'm not, because like I said, there's 2 teams in the Big 12 that I'll either willingly cheer for or watch, and that's Iowa Junior and Oklahoma. Other than that, I don't really care about I'll watch them, but I don't fuck with them like that. Point being, Oklahoma better get their shit together because they out here talking about this is gonna be our year and we're gonna go back to the way Stoops was running. No, y'all not. Y'all have struggled every motherfucking game. And
they almost got knocked out of the top 10 again too. They were 7 points away from it against Kansas State again.
Literally, and they almost took that game into overtime. Legitimately, almost took that. And I'm sitting here like, this is a thing right now. Like, y'all should be manhandling the living shit out of these fools.
Hey, I'll tell you a thing right now. What about Kentucky beating Florida? Bob Arts are looking strong today.
I'm going to say this. I know my guy Wesley Gaines is on top of the fucking world right now.
Yep.
King Kentucky out here. I don't know if y'all be seeing him in other groups, but I know he done went live in like 8 groups.
I think wasn't Wesley on? Didn't we do a segment with Wesley for a moment? I'm sure I've extended an invitation to him. He's a Kentucky fan extraordinaire. Does the video.
We might have had him on early.
I want to say we had him on one time. It was a couple of years ago. It's been a while. Yeah.
So I have a question. Changing subject a little bit. Will Texas be the best team that Oklahoma's played thus far? I mean,
no.
You don't think so?
No. There's one other team, but they got it. They have to keep consistent since they beat the living crap out of Kansas last night, and y'all know who I'm about to say. And they got to get back into the top 25, and that's Iowa State.
Okay, yeah, but they haven't played Iowa State yet. Oklahoma hasn't. What I mean is, thus far, would Texas be the best team that?
Yeah, and Texas crept back into the top 25.
No, I know Iowa State's. I know what kind of talent they got there, and I know that's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah, they're going to come the ball.
The Iowa State Oklahoma game is going to be nasty. But thus far, yeah, you're right. Texas is going to be that team, the best team that Oklahoma has seen.
All right, well that's this week. That's let's see, we've got Arkansas at Ole Miss.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
That would have looked really good last week. It don't look as good today. That's number 13 Arkansas and number 17 Ole Miss. That's at Ole Miss. What else do we got here? I don't give a fuck about no Tennessee.
Which team do you see come alive in that game, that Arkansas Ole Miss game?
I don't know,
because both of them, Ole Miss got beat by a drum. I know they scored 21.
Being
points.
an Alabama fan, I would
know most of those 21 points came against the third string very late in the game.
Being an Alabama fan, I would like to see Ole Miss shine in this, just because we just played.
Same. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Georgia at Auburn. Most years that would be
I'm not even worried about Georgia.
A big deal.
Playing Georgia and Alabama are playing just about almost at the same level. And in some areas, I might possibly give Georgia a slight edge. Man, they're scary good this year.
I don't know.
Particularly on defense.
It's tough to win at Auburn, even when Auburn's down. So it may be an interesting game.
I was just going to say that, you know.
I don't know. This is a different era. I don't know if Harsin knows about the fire hoses and not being able to take hot showers and stuff like that.
Hey, that's a true story, Mac.
Hopefully oh man, that's all true.
They turned the fire hoses on Georgia fans one time. That after the game was over, Georgia had upset them in Jordan Hare, and they went out on the field. It wasn't a bunch of them. It's not like 30,000 Georgia fans rushed the field. It was like 1,500, but they got the fire hoses turned on their ass.
Yeah,
disrespectful. Damn. Ew. I almost said that horrible phrase. Disgusting. Get out of here. Oh, God. That was terrible. I almost repeated that. Oh, I don't need that on freaking smacking off.
Southern
that against me.
Southern Methodist, man. Were they 5-0 now?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They beat the shit out of South Florida 41-17.
Jeez, man. That's they're not going to hit the heights that Cincinnati's hitting, but it's still.
Kentucky.
But hell, do they play each other? Don't they? They're in the same conference, aren't they?
Yeah, they are in the same conference. I think they're.
Ooh.
Yeah, those at the.
So that's where Cincinnati's got to worry about is one of these teams in their conference that's pretty damn good that ain't getting any freaking recognition whatsoever, and say fuck this. We're playing these motherfuckers for real.
Like Wake Forest in the ACC. Wake Forest is actually ranked 19th, and Clemson is not ranked. Can you fucking believe that?
So this number 4 Penn State.
NC State is 23rd, and Clemson is not ranked. Can you believe that?
I can.
Hell, Fresno State's in the top 25, and Clemson's not.
Clemson's not. Oh my God, that is so fucking incredible, man.
All right, next,
Clemson Dane, I hope you're listening.
Next, we'll have Clemson. Clemson Dane will be coming on.
Clemson Dane. I miss Clemson Dane.
He's still around.
His delusional self.
He does too.
So number 4 Penn State at number 3 Iowa. Is this the biggest game? What's the last game that Iowa played of this magnitude? I know the Iowa State game was a big game, but
yeah, 3-4.
It wasn't 2 top 5 teams.
No, so let's see. The last game of this magnitude would have taken us back to 2017. Would have been Nate Stanley's. Let's see, sophomore year. When we played Ohio State at Iowa and beat Ohio State 55-24. Before that would have been Ricky Stanzi's last year doing the same game in Iowa, but that's why Ricky Stanzi's called the Penn State Slayer, because all 4 years that Iowa played Penn State, Ricky Stanzi didn't lose to them. And I'm hoping Spencer Petras does the same thing. For the last year, I wasn't really sold on Spencer Petras just because I'm like, I've been used to seeing Nate Stanley, I've been used to seeing C.J. Beathard, Sean Banks, and freaking Ricky Stanzi, but Spencer Petras has proved me wrong for the past 5 weeks, and I'm kind of glad because that kid has some moxie to him. He kind of reminds me of John Moxon from Varsity Blues, to be honest.
This is a close series. Penn State leads overall 17-13, but I'm shocked looking at this stat right here is that Penn State has won 6 of the last 7. I did not realize that.
Oh wow!
But the team the game that Iowa did win was last year, 41-21 in State College. So, and this is definitely a good Iowa team. For some reason, I thought that they had upset Penn State in the last few years, but I'm thinking I might have got them mixed up with Ohio State. I know Ohio State.
Yeah, no, that last bigger Big Ten upset would have been that 2017 game, 55-24 in Hayden's Hustler House, Kinnick Stadium, Duke Slater Field, Iowa City, Iowa. Hour and a half away from where I live.
You take this 6-1, 6 out of the last 7 that Penn State has over Iowa out. You go back to 2010, Iowa had a pretty commanding lead in this series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to say this. I'm almost willing to drop the point deficit that I'm going to take Iowa by because I just know my team. I know my team. I know how this game is going to go for the most part. I can't tell you who's going to win because I ain't psychic. I can just tell you if Iowa does what they do and have been doing, it's a wrap. The thing about Penn State is streaky. Penn State is off and on, especially when you have to come into Kinnick Stadium and y'all both undefeated and Iowa has a spot above you. The way I see it, Penn State gonna come and try to take our heads off because they feel like they should be number 3. Y'all didn't play like y'all were number 3 though.
No,
y'all
definitely
didn't play
not.
like that.
Definitely not. This is odd. This could be a preview of the big championship game, I guess.
Well, and you know what's funny is like people are like, oh, it's gonna be Michigan. Who's gonna, it's gonna be Michigan, Iowa for the Big Ten championship. It's gonna be Ohio State, Iowa. For the past 3 weeks, people can't keep Iowa's name out their mouth, and I love it. Like, I don't think y'all understand how excited how much I've been waiting for Iowa to play some like commanding style of fucking football, and it's working.
Oh no, we do remember this. Remember, we're both Alabama fans that lived during the Mike years.
Yep.
Touche.
And that's Mike Dubose, Mike Shula, Mike Price. Mike Price never coached the game.
Now wait, Mike Price was undefeated. I don't want to include him in this.
He was also winless.
Well, I mean, but why are we splitting hairs here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week, I guess I've named everything. Well, let's see. Michigan and Nebraska is an interesting game, but Nebraska is just about to put a game together, I think. You're going to disagree with me, aren't you?
No, I am not. You thought. You thought I was going to disagree.
I didn't know.
I'm going to tell you this. Nope. If I truly hate a team other than the Green Bay Packers, because fuck them cheeseheads, them idiots are. Anyhow, if I had to pick a team other than Green Bay to hate, it's definitely Nebraska. But I'm not going to hate on them right now. Them fools won yesterday. And hard. They was like 54-7, 56-7 against Northwestern.
And their loss at Michigan State 2 weeks ago, they outplayed the shit out of Michigan State.
Sure did.
But they just handed them. They didn't want to win. They just wanted to show. No. They wanted to display their talent and to say, "Fuck it, you take the game at the end," and that's what they did. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me this game being at Nebraska. It wouldn't shock me if Nebraska beats Michigan. I feel like Michigan is definitely looking. I mean, he's done this before. A few years ago, he was one game from being in the CFP. I'm talking about Harbaugh. So yep. So it's not going to shock me if they trip up at Nebraska, but if they don't, they've got some tough games. They got to go to Michigan State, got to go to Penn State, they've got Ohio State coming in. Ohio State's still going to be a tough team for Michigan to beat, even in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and that's my worry. Is like I ain't even gonna lie. And we'll just take it back to Nebraska really quick. Nebraska is so used to being at the bottom of the Big Ten every single fucking year. Like hell, Illinois had a better season than them last year. Indiana had a better season than them last year. I mean, Iowa always has a better season than they do. Now Iowa's at the top of the Big Ten West, and Nebraska's like number 4. Like when seriously, can we unwrap this? Like, did anybody ever think in their natural born lifetime that Nebraska Cornhuskers were going to be noticed at all in football?
I don't know. I think it really hurt them when they moved to the Big. I think that their natural rivalries are all in the Big. Sorry, I almost said Big 8, the Big 12, and their area for recruiting where they've always, when they were winning championships, was always Texas. And when you're in the Big, you're not going to recruit Texas. So true. I don't know, but they make, how the Big, they pay.
Unless you're a Texas team, of course.
They pay big money. The divide between the schools is unbelievable. It's higher than the SEC. It's the highest. And I don't see Nebraska leaving. They'll probably just accept their new role if they can't get back.
Well, and I'll tell you this. If they restructure all the conferences, and add that, 8-game slate, 12-game slate, or 12 playoff spot.
Yeah.
If they do that, they would be better off going back to the Big 12 because to be honest, they would have a legitimate chance
in the Big 12. Yeah.
Yeah, they would. And the fact that they damn near beat Oklahoma is still what's shocking to me.
You know,
like that's the entire. That's the sad part about this whole shit is like Nebraska. We're so used to seeing Nebraska look like shit and play like shit and just let's develop players and then they transfer or whatever. But now that they're playing like noticeable football,
they almost look as good as Tulane did against Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and look, Tulane, them fools should have won.
They should have.
Okay, you don't just take the Big 12 champions for 8-9 years running to 5 points. Was it first game of the season they played then?
But they've fallen apart since then. I don't know what's happened with Tulane, but they lost to UAB, which that's not like the worst thing in the world. UAB plays pretty good ball, but they got killed by Ole Miss. Ole Miss, but they score 60 on them. But anyway,
yeah, there was a 60 piece. There was a 60 piece somewhere in there.
LSU goes to Kentucky this week. Shannon and Mack, what do y'all think about that?
LSU. Oh, that's a hard one.
Kentucky's probably going to have a hard time.
The cynic in me really wants to go ahead and say that LSU's pretty much cooked. Kentucky's going to go in there and just curb stomp their ass, but.
I'm just worried that Kentucky may be down a little bit because beating Florida is a big deal at Kentucky. They've only done it 2 times in the last 30 years.
Yeah, and really Ed he's fighting for his job at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He did not need to lose that Auburn game. Losing that Auburn game is probably going to wind up being very costly for him.
What were you saying?
If he doesn't show out this week.
So it's Max Johnson versus Nick Scalville. That's a nasty matchup. One, because Max Johnson is a left-handed quarterback. He's one of few in college. The Alcorn State quarterback is left-handed. Michael Penix Jr. from Indiana is left-handed, and Max Johnson is also left-handed. And I'm kind of salty. It took me forever to realize that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I step back just like that. He's left-handed. I gotta take Kentucky. I don't know. As much as I want to root for LSU, and I don't have really nothing against LSU, but Kentucky just beat Florida, who damn near beat y'all. Y'all as in the Crimson Tide. That's not a shot at. That's not a. If you don't quit with the Roll Tide shit, Shannon, damn. It's kind of appalling to me that LSU is not better, but then I realized that okay, they lost a running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, and Miles Brennan, who I was convinced was going to be the next Joe Burrow. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because Miles Brennan is a monster. I don't care what none of y'all say. I promise none of y'all follow football players outside of their schools as much as I do. It's disgusting. It's kind of an addiction. But Mac Johnson has had to, he's kind of been thrown in there. Literally. Miles Brennan gets hurt during preseason camps. And, okay, now I have to learn to play look as QB1, or where you have Nick Scalzo.
Wasn't it like a 4-wheeling accident or something like that? I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't no camp. It was a 4-wheeling accident. He was off in the woods playing with his friends. I feel like you're probably
right. But we're just going to say preseason camp because we don't like to assume things.
Let's just go with
I'm not assuming anything. I would much rather I think it would be pretty badass if he heard it in the woods.
No. We got to go with the official narrative. Damn it.
What is the official narrative?
Damn it. Preseason camp.
Camp?
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, did they have any woods out around the preseason camp? Was there a 4-wheeler around? I mean, do y'all even know? Why are y'all jumping to conclusions all of a sudden?
Oh my God.
Hey, another game is Alabama goes to Texas A&M. That was probably a huge game in the preseason. They were talking about how big that game was going to be, and A&M may give Alabama problems. I don't really know. I think A&M definitely must have some talent, or they wouldn't have been picked as high as they were.
Well, I'm gonna spill some real on you Bammer fans. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can gang up on me. I don't care. I promise you, I can take it. Y'all run defense is not that great. And y'all zone high, too heavy pick shit that y'all run, not that great. That's why, regardless of if it was third string, whatever, That's why y'all had 21 points scored on you.
Is A&M going to be able to? Well, a lot of that was scored in garbage time. You talking about Ole Miss?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
It was garbage time.
Garbage time, real time.
That was, and look, Lane used to be the coach for at Alabama. I mean, come on now.
By then he was
Nick Saban isn't. Nick Saban wasn't going to do a Kirby Smart on him and go 37-0. Come on now.
Saban was playing.
We're all friends down here. We're just trying to help.
He was playing the third, fourth stringers by then.
Yeah. I mean, Alabama proved that they were dominant throughout that whole entire game. So you can try to diminish that all you want to, but come on, man. You go against our starters. A healthy Alabama Crimson Tide is very formidable this year, and I think
absolutely.
would probably do And look, we may actually get to see this matchup if everything holds still, if the rankings all hold still at the end of the year.
Alabama and Iowa.
Iowa.
That's a game that has never happened.
Look, no, that is one game that's never happened. The other game that's never happened is Georgia versus Iowa. That's another game that's never happened. I have been literally itching. I'll tell you this.
And either matchup sounds like a great fucking game.
I'm gonna tell you this. I've been so salty since 2019 when y'all played Michigan. Was that 2019?
Yeah, I remember
in the
that.
bowl game. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I'm like, we may actually get to fucking play Alabama. And then they fucking gave it to Michigan. And then Michigan made the Big Ten look like fucking shit. And I'm like, you jackasses. I was like, Iowa would have held a better game than you fucking idiots.
You mean Alabama made the Big Ten look like shit, but whatever.
No, Michigan made the Big Ten look like shit. Don't correct me, Shannon. This is my show, not yours.
We won the game. I'm just saying. I mean, you can't diminish our win from us and us making Jim Harbaugh look bad.
Time out. Shannon, don't be putting words in my mouth. Don't make me come over there, Alabama, and whoop your little ass. Okay?
I'll give you my address. Come on, bring it on. I can handle you. No, actually, I can't.
I wouldn't take nobody's win, but I'm just saying, like, that game was the chance for Michigan, who is in the Big Ten, to prove that Big Ten can play competitive football with you motherfuckers down south. And they shit the bed. So I will forever, until the Big Ten gets another shot at an SEC team that's not Mississippi State or fucking Mizzou.
Mac, you will appreciate this, but in 2015, when Alabama, that was the second playoff, and Alabama was going to play, we knew they were playing the winner of the Iowa-Michigan State game. They played in the big championship game. I don't know if you remember this.
I was there.
And it was a damn close game, too. And I just remember, because Iowa's defensive stats were off the charts. And I remember thinking, God, please let Michigan State win this game, because I do not want to get against a defense like this, because they have a unbelievable day, and if Alabama can't run, then we get in a situation where that's where turnovers happen sometimes. If you can't run and everything's put on a quarterback, and that was Jake.
Mm-hmm.
That was That was Jake. What's his last name?
Oh God!
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was sorry, but our
Jake
running back
Farm.
no, not Jake from State Farm. Our running back that year was Henry. But
yeah, King Henry.
We handled Michigan State. It looked lopsided. Michigan State actually played pretty good in the first half of that game. But I think we beat Michigan State 37-0 or 30 somewhere.
Yeah, it was like high 30 shutout.
All right, so we're gonna put a segment together this Thursday for this game. I don't think you can do it, can you?
I just need a time. I see if I can get off work earlier. Just use my break and do it.
Would be we could put it in the middle of the hour. We could 8:30 Central.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll just leave work early. I got
all right.
time. So
you want us to get Chris Scully?
Yeah, bring his big old headed ass on this damn show.
I like that idea.
All right, y'all heard it here. That's a preview of the next segment coming up this Friday.
Yeah, there's going to be some pain.
It'll be. We'll record it Thursday.
He's going to hate me. I love it.
All right, then. Well, we'll talk to you Thursday.
Smacking off. It's been good. It's been real. It's been real fun. See you Thursday.
Later.
Mackenzie Brooks, Mack Truck, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Help support Smacking Off the podcast by using our affiliate links to purchase great products and services. Go to our affiliate page at www.smackology.life/support. There you will find links to awesome affiliates like Dish Network, GameStop, CBD Universe, Thrifty Car Rental, Hulu, Showtime, Curiosity Stream, Vidgo, Credit Monkey, Best Buy, New Balance, Overstock.com, Amazon, and Mint Mobile.